Hey, so today I want to talk about the 2021 film Spiral. This is, I believe, the ninth film in the Saw franchise, so I think a lot of people would count it as a spin off. So, Saw had actually his seven films, and then Jigsaw came out like 2 or 3 years ago as a sort of a prequel, and now there's Spiral as a wholly different spin off. Now, this film stars Chris Rock, and this whole film actually got ground up because of Chris Rock because I believe he had a story and he wanted to do this film, and I guess the studio got interested. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not like this film. This is not a good film. I have seen almost all the Saw films, and when I was in high school, Saw films were all the rage, and that's what everybody was almost talking about, and that people felt like that seeing this kind of film was kind of, sanctimonious, or it was kind of a taboo, and they get to see it, so it just feels good. So, in that crash of wave, I also saw this film. It was okay. Now, once original Saw is actually really good, chilling, effective, and nobody can take it away from that. But as things got older and progressed, the films also got more hokier. The films got a lot, not campier, more like it sort of lost its way. So when Spiral and Chris Rock came along, it felt like, yeah, this could be something different. They could do something totally different with it, but they didn't. I would say that this is definitely one of the weakest entries in this franchise, and by far I think it's one of the worst films I've seen this year. And this is not a good film. I found out that the film kind of rushed through a lot of things. It has a 1 hour and a 33 minutes runtime, so there's a lot of rushing going on. The characters are always screaming, and Chris Rock should not have acted in this film, even though he's a great actor. And I saw him in the last season of Fargo, that he was brilliant. But in this film, he sort of doesn't mesh well. He kind of acts in a certain way and talks in a certain way that a few of the times made me laugh. And I can't help but think that will happen for everybody because people know Chris Rock from one thing. And if you can't convince everybody, even one or two people who slips to the crack, I believe there's going to be more cracks in the future. So he could have not acted in this film. That could have helped it. But other than that, this film has really like meh dialogue. The dialogue is really on the nose, and sometimes the jokes that crack, that it doesn't make laugh. The metaphors are horrendous, and you sometimes feel like the writers are, or Chris Rock is trying to channel their inner Quentin Tarantino and trying to have a conversation like feels like two people do in a very absurd situation, and it does not work. And besides than that, I feel that the music choice was also pretty bad. Some of the music that kind of played out in here and there did not really mesh well together. And lastly, this film has, for some weird, god awful reason, the early 2000 blown out look, or the Mexico look that American films have, and I have no idea why, because this is not portrayed or kind of set in a different time. This was, I believe, set in 2028 or 2019. So I don't know why they did it, but that just kind of put the whole thing off. I do not like this film. I give this film 1 out of 5 stars. I give it 1 star solely because of that thing it tried to do, and the kill that it have are very formulaic and very meh. This is just bad. The Jigsaw film was bad, but it feels like Jigsaw was a better Saw film than this. I would not recommend this film for you to watch. I would say if you want to see something in Saw, stick to the Saw franchise.